You know what I've noticed about us seasoned travelers? We are prepared. We show up early. We pack our own snacks. We double check our boarding pass 4 times, maybe 5. We do everything right. And yet, so many of us are quietly spending money at the airport that we absolutely 100% do not have to spend. I'm not talking about that overpriced airport cappuccino, though, yes, we'll talk about that too. I'm talking about fees, services, and conveniences that airports and airlines are required to offer you for free, especially if you are over 70, traveling solo, or managing any kind of mobility or health concern. Here's the truth that stopped me cold when I first learned it. Most senior travelers leave hundreds of dollars on the table every single trip, not because they're careless, but because nobody told them. And if you don't know your rights, you end up paying for a wheelchair you should never have been charged for. You pay for a seat you were entitled to. You wait alone at a gate when someone should have been walking right beside you. And in the worst moments, when you're exhausted, a little disoriented, maybe your flight's been delayed, not knowing these things doesn't just cost money, it costs your confidence, your comfort, your joy. And that, my wonderful travelers, is something I refuse to let happen to you. So today, I am giving you my complete insider guide, 10 things you should never pay for at the airport again, with exact words you can use, real stories from travelers just like you, and everything you need to move through any airport feeling powerful, protected, and completely in control. If this is your first time joining me here, welcome to Above and Beyond with Sarita. Hit that subscribe button right now because every week I am in your corner. And before we dive in, I want to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing at the airport you've paid for and later wondered, did I even need to do that? Tell me below. You might just be in our next video. Now, let's get you every single dollar back. All right, let's get right into it. And I want you to grab a pen for this one, or screenshot your screen, because these are things you will use on your very next trip. Number 1, wheelchair and mobility assistance. This one is free, always, no exceptions. Here's why so many travelers get confused. Airports and airlines are legally required under the Air Carrier Access Act to provide wheelchair assistance and mobility support at absolutely no charge. But, and this is important, some curbside porters and even a few airline staff will imply that a tip or a fee is expected up front. That implication can feel like a requirement, especially when you're tired and just want to get to your gate. The fix: request your wheelchair assistance when you book your ticket, not at the airport. Call the airline directly and ask for a special service request or SSR code for wheelchair assistance. It goes right into your reservation. Say this word for word. Hi, I'd like to add wheelchair assistance to my reservation, please. I understand this is a complimentary service under federal regulations. Can you confirm it's been added to my booking? A beautiful traveler named Gloria, 74, from Tucson, told me she had been quietly tipping $20 every single flight for years because she assumed it was a required fee. When she finally asked, she learned the assistance was always free. The tip was entirely her choice. Gloria now travels 4 times a year and says she feels like a completely different person at the airport. You deserve that same confidence every single time those wheels start rolling. Number 2, seat reassignment for medical or mobility needs. Here's one that surprises almost everyone. If you have a medical condition, a mobility issue, or you simply need an aisle seat to manage a health concern, airlines are required to reassign you a suitable seat at no charge, even if that seat is normally a premium or preferred seat with an upcharge. The problem is the booking system doesn't know your needs. It just sees an empty seat with a $35 fee attached to it, and most travelers, not wanting to cause trouble, just pay it. The fix: after booking, call the airline's accessibility desk specifically, not general customer service. This team has the actual authority to move you. Say this word for word. I'm calling to request a seat accommodation for a medical need. I require an aisle seat due to your reason, circulation, hip replacement, bathroom access. I'd like to request this as a medical accommodation at no additional charge. You do not need to over-explain. You do not need a doctor's note for basic requests. You just need to ask the right department. Robert, 71, from Nashville, paid for an aisle seat upgrade on 6 consecutive flights before his daughter found out and made one phone call on his behalf. That one call got him reimbursed for his most recent fee and his seat permanently flagged in the system for future travel. One phone call. Make it. Number 3. Curbside check-in assistance. Curbside check-in, where a skycap meets you at the curb, takes your bags, prints your boarding pass, and gets you moving, is free. The bag fees you'd pay inside apply here too, but the service itself costs nothing. Many travelers assume the convenience means a surcharge. It does not. The fix. Simply pull up to the departures curb and say this word for word. "Hi, I'd love to use curbside check-in, please. I just want to confirm, is there a fee for the curbside service itself, separate from standard baggage fees?" Asking that question out loud, confidently, means no one can quietly add a phantom fee without you noticing. Margaret, 77, from Portland, told me curbside check-in changed air travel for her entirely. "I didn't know I could just drive up and have someone take everything," she said. "I thought that was only for fancy travelers." My wonderful friend, you are a fancy traveler. Act like it. Number 4. Unaccompanied senior escort to the gate. This one is perhaps the least known of everything I'll share today. At many major airports, if you are an older traveler, particularly if you are traveling solo, you can request that a companion or family member be issued a gate pass to escort you through security and all the way to your gate, for free. This is not widely advertised, but it exists. The fix. Go to your airline's check-in counter, not the kiosk, and ask directly. Say this word for word. "I'm a senior traveler flying alone today, and I'd feel more comfortable having my son, daughter, friend escort me to the gate. Could you please issue them a gate pass? I understand this is something airlines can accommodate." Not every airline does this every time. Policies vary, but asking costs you nothing, and more often than you'd expect, the answer is yes. Eleanor, 79, from Chicago, was terrified of her first solo flight after losing her husband of 52 years. Her neighbor accompanied her all the way to the gate with a gate pass. No charge, no hassle. She made that flight. And the one after that. And the one after that. You are never as alone in that airport as you might feel. Ask for the hand that's waiting to help you. We are on a roll, my wonderful travelers. Let's keep going, because the next tips, these are the ones that make people say, "Why did nobody tell me this sooner?" Number 5, priority security screening. You do not have to stand in a long, exhausting security line, and you may not have to pay for TSA pre-check to avoid it. Here's what most people don't know. TSA officers have discretionary authority to move travelers with mobility issues, medical devices, or visible difficulty directly to the front of the standard line, at no charge. Additionally, many airlines automatically extend complimentary pre-check access to passengers flagged with accessibility needs. The fix. When you reach the security entrance, speak up before you join any line. Say this word for word. "Excuse me, I'm a senior traveler and I have a knee replacement, a pacemaker, difficulty standing for long periods. Is there an expedited screening option available to me today at no charge?" TSA is more accommodating than their reputation suggests. Most officers genuinely want to help. They just need you to ask. Dorothy, 72, from Atlanta, stood in a 45-minute security line with her bad hip for years before a fellow traveler leaned over and said, "Honey, you don't have to do this." Dorothy laughs about it now, but she also says that line cost her more pain than any flight ever did. Your comfort is not an inconvenience to ask for. It is a right to claim. Number 6, airline lounge access during long delays. When your flight is delayed significantly, typically 2 hours or more, due to circumstances within the airline's control, many carriers will offer complimentary lounge access to passengers upon request, particularly to senior or accessibility flagged travelers. This is not posted on a sign anywhere. You have to ask. The fix. Go directly to the gate agent or customer service desk during a delay and say this word for word. My flight has been delayed and I'm a senior traveler managing fatigue, a health condition, mobility needs. Is there any complimentary lounge access or a quiet rest area available to me while I wait? The worst they can say is no, but very often they say yes. Number 7, medication and medical device exemptions. This surprises so many of my travelers. Liquid medications, including eye drops, insulin, and other medically necessary liquids, are fully exempt from the standard 311 TSA liquid rule. No tiny bottles required, no extra fees, and medical devices like CPAP machines do not count toward your carry-on bag limit on most major airlines. Say this word for word. I have liquid medication and a medical device I'll be carrying on. I just want to confirm, these are both TSA exempt and won't count against my carry-on allowance, correct? Confirm it, out loud, every time. If this video is helping you travel smarter and safer, please hit that subscribe button right now and share this with one friend who flies alone. You might just change their entire travel experience. Number 8, rebooking fees after weather or mechanical delays. If your flight is canceled or significantly delayed due to weather, mechanical issues, or airline staffing, you are entitled to be rebooked on the next available flight at absolutely no charge. No change fee, no fare difference, nothing. Say this word for word. I understand my flight has been canceled due to weather/mechanical issues. I'd like to be rebooked on the next available flight at no additional charge, please. I know this is standard policy under these circumstances. Say it calmly, say it kindly, but say it with complete certainty. Because here is the truth about airline customer service. Confidence is the most powerful carry-on you own. Number 9, baggage fee waivers for military, certain credit cards, and medical equipment. And now, the one I saved for last in this section, because it matters most. If you are traveling with medical equipment, a walker, a cane, a portable oxygen concentrator, a manual or electric wheelchair, a CPAP machine, airlines are federally required to transport these items free of charge. Every single one. No baggage fee, no oversize fee, no weight surcharge. I want you to hear that again. Your medical equipment flies free. Always. And yet, every single week, somewhere in an airport, a senior traveler hands over a credit card for a fee they never should have paid. Because they didn't know. Because nobody told them. Because they didn't want to make a fuss. My wonderful traveler, your walker kept you standing. Your oxygen concentrator kept you breathing. Your CPAP kept you sleeping safely so you could wake up and take this trip that you earned. That equipment does not get charged. Not one single dollar. Say this word for word. I'm checking in my walker, portable oxygen concentrator, CPAP machine. I want to confirm this is being processed as medical equipment, which is federally exempt from baggage fees. And if anyone hesitates, you ask for a supervisor. Politely, immediately. Patricia, 80, from San Diego, was charged $75 for her walker at a check-in kiosk. She was too flustered to argue. She paid it, got on the plane, and cried quietly in her seat. When she told me that story, I made her a promise that I would tell every traveler I could reach so that it never happened to anyone else again. This tip is for Patricia, and for every one of you who has ever felt too small, too tired, or too unsure to speak up in that moment. You are not too small. You are not too tired, and from this day forward, you are never unsure. All right, my wonderful travelers, let's bring it all home, because you just learned a lot, and I want to make sure every single tip is locked in before you take your next trip. Quick recap: never pay for these again for your body and mobility. Wheelchair and mobility assistance, always free, always request at booking. Priority security screening, ask before you join any line. Seat reassignment for medical needs. Call the accessibility desk, not general service. For your journey through the airport, curbside check-in assistance. The service is free, only bag fees apply. Gate pass for a companion escort. Ask at the check-in counter, not the kiosk. Airline lounge access during long delays. Ask the gate agent directly. For your documents, devices, and bags. Medication and medical device exemptions. Confirm it out loud every time. Rebooking fees after cancellations. You are entitled. Say so with confidence. Medical equipment baggage fees. Federally exempt. Every airline, every time. Bonus tip. The single best thing you can do right now. If I could give you only one action to take after watching this video, just one, it would be this. Call your airline's accessibility desk today and create an accessibility profile on your reservation. Not general customer service, the accessibility desk. Tell them your needs, mobility, medical equipment, seating, escort assistance, and ask them to flag your account permanently. Many airlines can store your preferences so that every future booking automatically triggers the right support. One phone call, 15 minutes. And from that day forward, the airport starts working for you, not the other way around. Before you go, I need to hear from you. Down in the comments right now, tell me, which one of these tips surprised you the most? Was it the medical equipment fee waiver? The gate pass? The lounge access? I read every single comment, and your answer might shape our next video together. And if you know a friend, a sister, a neighbor, someone in your church group or your book club who travels alone and deserves to know this, please share this video with them today. You might save them hundreds of dollars. But more than that, you might give them back something they didn't even know they'd lost: their confidence, their freedom, their joy. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are we doing? Hit that button right now. Every week, I am here with insider tips, real traveler stories, and everything you need to travel smarter, safer, and more beautifully than ever before. And next week? Oh, my wonderful travelers. Next week, we are talking about the 5 things you should never say to a hotel front desk clerk, and what to say instead to get upgraded, accommodated, and treated like the valued guest you absolutely are. You do not want to miss it. Final then, travel far, travel well, and always remember, the world did not build itself for young people alone. It was built by people like you, for people like you. And every airport, every gate, every journey ahead, warm smile, slow. It's yours. I'll see you out there. Sarita.